Okay, good Thursday to you all. I just made a huge mistake and I ended up using the wrong screen to share to. So I did a whole video for nothing, but here we go. We're going to do it again. No big deal. Yeah, so here at the beginning, I just want to let you know this is my Twitter page at Bike for Sale. You can just type Bike for Sale up here and find me and hit the follow. I will always post some plays for you throughout the week for free. We do have a Discord channel, and actually it's right here. I just want to talk about it at the beginning just because, you know, some of you might be interested in it. We're a very tight-knit community. It's pretty small. I mean, we're under 100 people, but, you know, we're not trying to grow it real big. We're trying to keep the vibe where it's people that want to help each other. It's not all about greed. You know, we're all here to make money, but we also want to help each other. You can clearly see that we've made some really good calls, 37X, 23X, 18X here. Here's a couple that did a 30X. Actually, you know, this one's showing 18, but it actually did 30X. These are more recent, but this was in the last 4 to 5 weeks. And if you would have entered all 29 plays with $1,000 each, you'd make 166K or a 570% average gain per play. And then there are some losses too, you know, lost about, 37.5 average percentage on these. But of course, past performance doesn't prove future returns, and it's not financial advice. We're just providing what we are playing, what we see in the market. And if you decide you want to join them, then that's up to you. So yeah, I'm going to show you some good plays, and we will go over it here now. If you do want to join the Discord, once you find my channel here, it's the first pinned post. You can just click this link. And then also, if anybody wants, we're going to get into Nansen here in a second. If anybody wants to buy Nansen for their own research, you would get the Pioneer subscription because it's the cheaper version. You would have to have a brand new account with Nansen, and it's right here. Let me bring it up. So you go to app.nansen.ai. And you would, down here, I think you can sign up or make a new account or something. And then once you got to the account page, you know, where you were doing your subscription, you have to get the yearly subscription to get this 10% discount. And there's not a lot of us, you know, they only have about 10 of us that have these discount codes. So what you would do is you would go to that, you would do the yearly option. It has to either be a brand new Nansen account or one that you've never had a subscription on before. And then all you have to do is type, trying to think where I can put it for you. Let me just do it on a chart here. So you would just type in the discount code area, Bike for Sale Pioneer, and then it'll give you that 10% discount, which is really good. I mean, I think it's a really good discount for a great app, one that I've been using since last year. So let's just first talk about the market very fast. Oh, let me just scroll through this before I do that. So here's a couple of plays for you that I just called yesterday in the group. One's called YOURAI, and I saw that it was finding some support, that it had broken it out of that downtrend line. Doesn't mean it has to hold. You know, it could still fall under support. There is a drawdown risk of 10 to 40%, but as long as it's holding the support, it looks real good. If it gets above like 19.5 cents, then it looks real good. And I've got, I share the charts with everybody on the Discord so they can look at the charts in real time for themselves. This one is an AI-driven e-commerce integrated with Shopify's 700 million users, docs team, and it's got some VCs involved as well. So it might be one you want to look into. And then Looks is actually doing pretty well. Called this one in the group and here on Twitter yesterday before it broke out. Where is that one at? Do I even have it up? So here's what it looks like currently. Yeah, see, it broke out of the triangle. Could come down, 50% retrace or something before it goes up more. Bitcoin has a big part in this. As long as Bitcoin is at least going sideways and holding its support, then everything will be fine. Once it gets back above 68.6K, which I'll show in a second, then it's really bullish. And there's just one other thing I wanted to talk about on the Discord, just so you're aware of it. We do have a research channel here where there's been some deep dive research into both AI and RWA plays. We'll probably do gaming pretty soon too. But these are spreadsheets that have like 30 to 50 plays on them. and we've doxed the teams. We know the teams are doxed. We've checked the VCs. We've checked the partnerships, and we have charts for every single one of them. There's some that haven't released yet, so we're keeping an eye on that to where we can get into early releases. So just a lot going on in Discord, and if you're looking to make an additional profit, apart from what the people you're already following, or maybe you're a good TA person yourself, we combine TA with smart money with deep research, and that's what we're all about. So let me go on and try to keep this train rolling. All right, here's Bitcoin on a higher time frame for the daily. We do have a triangle pattern here. Yeah, so we got a triangle pattern. It is bearish short term on this AI indicator, which is not released yet. This is one that a friend of mine made, and I do have it already, but he should be releasing it soon. But we are bearish on multi-time frame. There are a couple things like the weekly that are bullish. But normally what we want to see is USDT dominance being bearish. If we can have DXY bearish, that's great too. And then others, this is everything except the top 10 altcoins and Bitcoin and ETH as far as market cap goes. These, if we see this bullish, then that's good as well. And we've got smart money has purchased, they're into all three of these. So sometimes DXY can go sideways or up and Bitcoin still do well. Mostly we want to see USDT dominance going down because it's in the inverse of Bitcoin, of course. If we look at a 3-hour chart, what I'm looking for, in the future here is if we can get back above the bullish line at 68.6K, then I'm fully risk on. Anytime we're under it, I'm like 70% confident, so I'm still invested, heavily invested. But if we were to get under support here, then I would be much less confident, like a 50-50. Long term, we're macro bullish, obviously, but this is just short term talk. All right, what else do we need to talk about? Stablecoin. This is a Nansen query view, which you can only get if you're into the Nansen professional version or Nansen Alpha, which costs a lot of money. If you do want that version, you can still get the 10% discount. You would just do bike for sale professional, I think is the code, but it's like $11,000, so I doubt that everybody's going to want to do that. The other one is much cheaper, the Pioneer version that I talked about first. So this is smart money and their allocations of the stablecoins. You probably seen me talk about this on my Twitter. It's at one of the all-time lows that it ever has been since Nansen started tracking it. So when it gets this low, you have to be considerate, say, well, maybe smart money will start taking some profits. And it has curled up a little bit, but no clear indication just yet. All right, and I have already brought up, so you didn't have to watch me go through this in real time. I've already brought up some tokens that could be interesting, and we'll go over those in a second. But first, I want to show you one more way to, we're kind of doing this thing where we're trying to look and find curated wallets that are high quality. And I've already got my own, but I want to show you how to do it. And so what we would do is, this is just one of the methods. You go to Smart Segments, and you can only do this if you actually have a Nansen account. So I want to find out, let's take Desync, for example. And let me bring up Desync chart because I want you to see what happened with it. I talked about it in a video recently, and I talked about it on Twitter multiple times. I always post these plays before they happen, by the way. So if you would have been watching my Twitter, you were in right here before the big pump. And if people were in my Discord, obviously they got it early too. Same thing happened with Infra recently. So I'm not going to talk about the gains that we've made too much. I know I have a little bit, but I have to show this to you so you can have more confidence, because it's not about me pumping my bags. I didn't even play this play, by the way. I called it and I didn't play it, and I should have. And a lot of people that do what I do on Twitter and YouTube, and I'm not calling all of them out because there are some good ones out there, but a lot of them shill their own projects or shill their own bags so they can pump them. ZSS Becker is one of them, and he gets called out pretty often for that. But here's like a 35 to 37x. This is where we entered. I can prove that on Discord if you're interested. But anyway, that's what it looked like. That's the pump from where we got in. And so if we go to Smart Segments and look at the first holders of Desync, and we'll look at like the first 500. Oh, whoops, I put that in the wrong place. So first holders with token, I want to bring up Destra Network here, and I want to see the top 500 holders. And so let's see if is there anything else I want to bring up on that? Probably not, it's fine. I mean, there are ways to really, just look at certain things, but I'm going to see what it shows at first here. Without looking at that part. So what I'm looking for, and I'm not going to look at this one because it's actually a liquidity provider, but I'm looking for either ones that I have a green tag on already, or maybe something like a top banana gun bot user. I'm going to go to the very end, and I'm looking for anything with a nerd emoji by the name, by the name right here, because that means that this is like the top 1% profitable users of Nansen as far as their wallet profitability. So I'm going to open that one up by holding down CTRL and clicking it, and I'll just get a couple of them here and we'll go through them real quick. There was one. Some of these I already have on here. Just need one more. There's one. Okay. So I was just looking for the nerd emojis. There's good wallets that don't have the nerd emoji on it because they hold their tokens longer and they don't take profit, so they don't show up in Nansen as quickly. But I'm just doing this to make it easier for you to see. So what I would typically do here is I would right click on some of these tokens that look familiar to me. I'd hold down CTRL and click Wallet Profiler for Token, and it's starting to open up here. So let me open up, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 of these. Oh, these are very low values right now, but I can still see when they got in. So yeah, this is a perfect buy. They got in before the price pumped. Purple line is the price. And they didn't sell yet, but that's fine. I mean, I'm not really worried about where they sold. I'm worried about where they bought. Yeah, this one they bought right before the pump. That's a good play. They should have taken profits though, because it went right back down. And that's another thing we teach in the Discord, by the way, is we will give education where it's like you need to be taking your initials out at a 3x or so. And the reason for that is sometimes these new tokens, they just start dipping again. And so at least you've taken your initial out that you can invest somewhere else and let the rest ride. And it's just a more comfortable way to trade. And some people will tell you, why would you take initials out? You could make so much more money. Well, we don't know if the token's going to turn around or not. You could buy more if it dipped. This is another good buy on INSP. Perfect buy. So this is a pretty good wallet. I like this wallet. Yeah, so we'll look at another one here. This is how I vet them to see if they're a good wallet. I really like this one because it's high balance, number one. So these high balance wallets are usually, the reason why they're high is because they're successful. Here is Desync, Conducts. Here is Shadow Node, which has a massive following for such a new token. One you may want to look into. CNI that just came out, cloudnet.ai. I'm not going to look at it just because, well, I'll just show you. Whenever you look at ones that are brand new, it's not going to give you enough history. They just now purchased it. But we'll look at these other ones. Here's Desync. They did a good job buying very early like we did. And then they sold as it went up. That was a good job by them on the profitability. And I think they still hold some. Bought early on this one, took profits as it went up. That's a really good play. And that was on Conducts. Bought this one early. I mean, this is an excellent wallet. This is one of the ones that you want to be following. And I don't know what I did with the other one. I must have. Anyway, that gives you an idea how to find it using smart segments. It's a very simple way to find it. This way, once you find somebody that's done a really good job on one token, then now you can follow them for their next plays and see how well they do for you. All right, let's see. So these are some of the tokens, and I'll show you before I do this. I'm going to show you how I found these. We've talked about it in many videos before, but here it goes anyway. If you're on a free Nansen account, you can easily look at this token inflow yourself. You just can't click through to it to see what the smart money looks like. It'll just show you a, kind of a blank upgrade page to where you would have to look at the certain smart money wallets, see what they're doing. I don't typically look at the first page. It's mostly staking tokens, or sometimes you'll see, ETH especially, or stable coins sometimes. I mean, Beam's a really good project, obviously, but I'm not looking for things that are massive market caps right now, over $1 billion. I want to find something under 500 million. Typically, I want to find something under 100 million because I want new tokens that have a lot of room to run. And if I can vet them, that's great. You know, if they have a docs team, that's great. But it's not always necessary. I mean, I see some of these run even that don't have docs teams. But just understand, it's not financial advice. I'm definitely not a financial advisor. You know, this is just the plays that I'm doing that you can follow. Sometimes the tokens are going to do real well, like Desync and Infra did. And sometimes you're going to get something like Unital, which I'll show you here real quick. This was a play that we took, and I'm very transparent about this. I have no problem saying it because we make so much money on the other ones. But this could be a good support place to buy Unital. It doesn't mean that they rug the project. I don't know, whether they did or not. I'm going to keep watching it, and if I see it start to come back up and start to build some market structure here, then it's going to tell me, hey, this could be a good one to get into. You can make a lot of money on the way back up. Not saying to get into it right now. I still need to watch it. You always want confirmation, right? You gotta give it some time to play out. Don't just FOMO into everything. All right, so here's page 2, 24-hour inflow of smart money. This means they're taking it into their wallet. So there's a lot of smart money that have been buying some of these, like XRT. I'm going to show you here in just a second. We talked about this in the group yesterday. Here's Looks. We talk about that in the group and on Twitter yesterday. And I don't think I'm ever going to call it X. It's the site formerly known as Twitter. I'll probably always call it Twitter. All right. Yeah. So anyway, I've already gone through all this and I've brought these up for you, so we don't have to take the time to do that. This is an older token, which I'm not super excited about, but I did check their Twitter. They do have a working product. It's like an Internet of Things hardware, like networking stuff. It might be some of it, but you can see one of my favorite wallets is in it. And if we look at the chart, I think I already have this chart. Yeah. We just want to see, we got a pump yesterday when we called it in group, and one of our group members, one of our Discord members actually found this. There's a lot of helpful people that are always looking for plays. So it's not just me calling plays. There's actually 2 other TA people that are experts in our group. And, they did research, deep dive research on the spreadsheets that we have for AI and RWA, which I haven't even talked about. I mean, there's so much in our group that you could take advantage of, but I won't get into it. Those spreadsheets are like invite only. You can only see them if you're in the group, but some of them haven't released yet. So let's see. Yeah, you want to see it stay above like $6.25. And if it does, then that's a very good play. Could head up to TP1, and that's on XRT Robonomics. This is EXNT, X Network Community Token. Another older token. It's a low market cap. There is a little bit of interest here in smart money. We do have one of our smart money in, plus a fund that's in it. So it could be a good one. And I think I've got that up here already. I like that it's building market structure. I haven't finished this chart yet. I'll post it later. But I like that it's building market structure as long as it holds that line there. Okay, Vector Chat. This does have one of our wallets in it. It is trending up. Low market cap, fairly new. This one was one that I think other groups have probably been playing before, but I like to come back to them and see what the chart looks like from time to time. I don't know if I have this one up yet though. Yeah, I guess I don't have that one. I mean, there's so many plays out there. You don't have to take every single play. You can be picky about what you do. This one is doing kind of like an upward channel, I guess you'd call it. Something like this. And it is near the bottom of the channel. But just be careful with it. I mean, it still could come down just because it's up so much already. I mean, even if you just go from here, it's already up 25x. So I'm not super excited about that one. I'm probably just going to skip on that one. MONKGG, this is one that looks pretty good right now, trending up. There are some good smart money wallets in it. Let's see, MONKGG. Do I have that one anywhere? Yeah, there it is. I don't think I've finished. Yeah, I haven't even done this chart yet because I just now found it. And I did tell my Discord group about it. Looks like it might have broken above this downtrend line. It's mostly been sideways though, so it could continue to go sideways, and it could even break down more. So we have to be careful with that. But I do like that there is some momentum with the RSI. RSI is not the greatest indicator, sure, but even though it lags, it does show momentum changes, and that could be what we're seeing right here. So I think this one is an okay one to look at. Here is, I understand that these degen plays I'm about to talk about, which MONKGG may be one of them, are very risky, and really any token in general is going to be risky, but you know, these specifically because they're very low market cap, and there's a lot of degen people that are jumping in just for a quick profit, so it, you know, it could be very volatile. Just be aware of that. Fairly new token from February. There are no smart money token or smart money wallets in it that I follow. I haven't checked any of these yet, so just understand it's a very degen play. It's already up a lot, but if you want to look at it, you can. I don't think I really want to look at it. I'm not interested in ones that have already taken off. Landwolf, yeah, there's no smart money in it, but it is interesting as far as like a meme play or whatever it might be. I don't think I actually looked at this one yet. Yeah, I mean, it's up so high and it's hitting a resistance area. I'm just, even if it keeps pumping, I'm just not interested right now. I don't like chasing these, but it might be one you want to look at. And then Chicken Coin, there is a couple in it that I know of that are good wallets. And I'm just not super excited about the chart because it's hard to read what it's going to do next. You know, it could even come down one more time, especially since RSI is bearish right now. And then this AI indicator that my friend made, which I've supported him for 2 years. You know, he's been doing this for a long time. He is an engineer by trade, but he spent like, I don't know, $150,000 to $500,000 creating both his existing engineering robo platform and this one, which is an AI element added to it. You know, they improved it. It's got like, I think it's around 80% profitability if you use it correctly. And I'm not trying to sell it here. He hasn't released it yet, but I just want to let you know what it is. And if you're interested later, I can do a full video on how to use it. But currently it is bearish. This is an AI social intelligence score that tells you whether people are talking a lot about the token or not. And currently they're not. You know, it's in the red and it's the max number of 5. If it was number 5 in the green, then that would mean a lot of people were talking about it. And I think that's about it. I'm pretty sure that's all I was going to talk about. So yeah, you know, hit the like below, comment if you have a specific token you want to look at, or if there's something you want me to cover that you're not quite clear on, or something that you want to learn more about as far as Nansen goes so you can do your own smart money research. I'm happy to share any of my techniques. I don't care if you know, somebody knows about that and if they want to use it for themselves to make money, even if they don't join my Discord, which I think there's a lot of value to, because we kind of teach each other in the Discord and help each other out. But you know, regarding that, you don't even need Nansen. You really don't need anything as long as you know how to draw support resistance lines and know how to read market structure. So it just depends on how far you want to go with your learning, or if you're a busy person and you just want to follow somebody else. I mean, that's what a lot of people do. And maybe I'm not the right fit for you. You know, maybe there's somebody out there that's better. So there's a lot of ways to look at it. But yeah, I mean, share this video if you feel like you got some value from it, and comment below, hit the like, all that. Again, if you want the Nansen discount, the code will be in the bottom there in the description, or if you want to join Discord, it's in the description. Okay, y'all have a good weekend. Appreciate you joining me.